Well. Instead of a Tuesday's talk, we are going to be talking about all things NXT. We had a main event tonight between Dolph Ziggler and Tommaso Ciampa to determine the new number one contender for that NXT championship and Braun Breaker. It looks like Dolph Ziggler could be going up against Braun at NXT Stand and Deliver. In other news, we have a very big and awesome debut ahead of us tonight as we saw Nikkita Lyons, who has made strides not only on pretty much myself and Lofts TikTok, but we also have seen her strides on NXT Level Up, or otherwise known as before it got transitioned to Level Up as 205 Live. Nikkita Lyons was impressive in her NXT debut. We got so much more to talk about right here on Outside the Brand for NXT 2.0. This is the only place you need to be on your Tuesday nights. It's 2/22/2022 for at least another hour. Stay with us as Outside the Brand continues. We'll talk to you guys in just a bit. What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for joining us right here on Outside the Brand. I am your host, Phil, and this is your NXT 2.0 review for 2/22/2022. Guys, I got my boy Bash here with me tonight. Bashes, what's up, man? How are you?
We're doing, man. We're doing. It's been a night, but we are here and we are ready to talk NXT.
That is for damn sure. NXT 2.0 had a lot of hype around it. It had a lot of hype around it, for sure. We had the debut of Nikkita Lyons. We had that NXT Championship number one contenders match between Dolph Ziggler and Tommaso Ciampa. We had the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic for the women's startup tonight as two tag teams now advance to the semifinals. It was a very well-structured show. It was a well-structured show. We had some actual stakes in a lot of these matchups tonight. And overall, it was not that bad of an episode of NXT. I will give it that. I really will.
That's what I like to hear. NXT 2.0, I'll admit, since the changeover, has had some rather ups and down episodes. But yeah, this one had some delivery to it.
What's going on? Yeah. So we got James in here as always.
What's up, James?
And we got Tribal in here too. We got Josh. These guys are some OTBOGs over here. Guys, we're going to be talking about NXT 2.0 tonight for February 22nd, 2022. I hope you guys celebrated 2/22/22 in your own way, shape, or form. We at 2:22 in the afternoon, we all just kind of stood still at work to commemorate 2/22/22 at 2:22, and then as soon as it turned to 2:23 in the afternoon, we kind of just went back to work. But which really wasn't all that much to do at 2:23 in the afternoon because nothing was there. Nothing was there at my work, so we all just kind of stood around anyway. But I digress. We are here talking NXT 2.0 for tonight, and we are going to be reviewing the entire show. If you guys have missed anything on the channel over the past couple of weeks, or just last night on the Monday Night Raw review, we have all of that linked for you guys on the homepage of the channel. You guys can go check that out if you guys have not done so already. I want you guys to hit that like button and that subscribe button down below as well for you guys to
Goal
enjoy.
Is 20.
That's for damn sure. We have about 2 likes so far. We have 2 likes. What's wrong with you guys? What's wrong with you guys? We need 10 likes minimums. We need 10 likes minimum on the stream tonight for Nikita's NXT debut, as well as that amazing main event for that number one contender spot for the NXT title. This was a really good show, and it should be discussed as such. So, guys, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And yeah, man. One more thing before we actually get on with the review. Actually, two more things. Go get your merch. Bonfire.com, the exclusive home of Outside the Brand and its merchandise. We got the Outside the Brand logo merch up there. We got the Outside the Brand Wolfpack logo up there for you guys to enjoy.
Merch.
1C
merch.
And Nate the Great merch is all up there for you guys as well. Nate's got his stuff up there on the store. I'm going to be working on my designs over the next couple of weeks.
I was say, we're that PK merch.
We got to get the PK merch up there. Everybody who wants me to get that, everybody who wants me to have a crowbar merch for some reason. Remember that crowbar shit? Yeah, everybody wants that crowbar merch, but we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Bash, if you have any type of design that you would like to see on the shop, you can obviously send that over to me.
Yes, I've got to start penning it down. Shoot.
And yeah, I'll make it into a transparent logo. We can put that on a hoodie, a t-shirt, or anything that you would like, my man. So if you guys have that logo, go send that over to me as soon as you possibly can. I know Loft's working on some things. Obviously we got 1C's merch up there as well. But guys, bonfire.com, the exclusive home of Outside the Brand and its merchandise. Go get the merch on bonfire.com. And finally, just do it. You gotta do it, guys. You gotta do it. Try to support the channel in any way that you possibly can. Speaking of your guys' support, we love that you guys support us here each and every single day. We were here live on the podcast last week, every single day of the fucking week last week, including Sunday. We were here on Sunday doing the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view review. We did Monday, Tuesdays, Wednesdays. We did Thursday for the predictions of the Elimination Chamber, Friday for SmackDown and Rampage, and then obviously Sundays for the review of the Elimination Chamber. And we're not stopping because it's the road to WrestleMania, and I don't think news is going to be stopping anytime soon. I really don't. There's even some more news on this goddamn Cody Rhodes situation. There's something going on with Cody, as we all know. He left AEW in a shell shock of an announcement on that Tuesday, and it looks like he could be going to the World Wrestling Entertainment side of things. Apparently, Cody Rhodes changed his look upon his free agency. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that entails, but he changed his look.
Interesting.
Apparently, it says on his story from Instagram, I grew an amazing goatee. I thought it had an RDJ vibe. In parentheses, my wife disagreed. And now I don't know. But they have a but crying face emoji. So now it looks like he has a goatee. I don't know. We don't know what he looks like. But if Cody Rhodes is going to WWE, it don't look like he's going to be known as the American Nightmare.
Guess he'll be Robert Downey Jr. It's something I guess I'm excited to see.
Oh my god! But
I want to see what they have for him. Really, that's what I'm eager for.
And the thing is, it's not even really technically confirmed all at this point. Yeah, sure, he was spotted inside the Performance Center a couple of days ago. But he's not really signed yet.
We see him on TV, till we see that man on our screens. And we hear
Vince may want to push him all he wants, but we need to see him on TV first.
Whoa.
We need that song back, bro. I am going to mark out if we just hear, wow!
Song is incredible.
But yeah, it's
Yeah, hopefully
it's
not Stardust, Josh.
please
Oh,
don't let it be Stardust. Stardust with the goatee is just gonna make it even more creepy.
he's a superhero at that point.
But yeah, guys, we'll give you guys more info on the Cody Rhodes situation as it does come out, because it seems like almost every single day there's something new with Cody Rhodes. So we'll get that to you guys as soon as we possibly can. But tomorrow,
Maybe a OTB extra when it hits.
no, tomorrow is AEW Dynamite from Bridgeport, Connecticut. I'll be there.
Okay.
I'll be there live. We will be doing some content for
You got to run your show, right?
for TikTok.
PK's got to run his own show.
I gotta run my own show, you know. So so I'll be there live in living color. Shout out to CM Punk in living color. For AEW Dynamite, we will be not doing a Dynamite review on that Wednesday, mainly because I'm just gonna be tired as hell.
Understandable.
So we will most likely be doing that that Wednesday night Dynamite review the following day on Thursday, and then we'll obviously do Friday for Friday Night SmackDown and AEW Rampage. We had some news on AEW Rampage earlier on today, and it did not look all that good. And I already heard some WWE marks crazy craving about it on Twitter and any other social media platform that's out there. And we can talk about that and while we get everything ready for NXT. AEW Rampage failed to break 500,000 viewers last Friday. Now, that's a pretty low number, as we all know when it comes to TV ratings. But according to Showbiz Daily, the February 18th episode of AEW Rampage brought in 471,000 viewers with a 0.20 in the 18 to 49 demographic. Now, a 0.20 in that type of demographic is a very low number. But if
was
you
that
guys
their
remember,
early episode?
Huh?
Was that their early episode that they aired on that Friday?
Yes, that was the episode that happened at 7 p.m. because everything with the NBA All-Star Weekend was happening during the actual time slot of AEW Rampage, so they had to put it earlier. Now, I'm pretty sure with that low number, I guarantee you a lot of people just did not know that, that AEW Rampage was just on at 7 o'clock. Because normally we're just conditioned to turn it on, or like if you watch it at least, we're conditioned to turn it on right after Friday Night SmackDown.
Yeah,
so,
I should know content creators that said that they didn't know.
Yeah, so I mean, it's people are saying like, "Oh my gosh, and AEW is dead. AEW is in the can. They're going to get canceled on TNT." Guys, stop. They're not going. They're not going anywhere. AEW Rampage is not going anywhere with TNT. Honestly, with that, excuse me, with that type of time slot, for usually TNT at 10 o'clock p.m., usually what they get, they're very happy with. Because normally nobody wants to watch wrestling on a Friday night at 10 p.m. So the fact that they get that number at least, because last week's came in at 540,000. So they're normally very happy when it comes to 500,000 or above for TNT. So don't worry, guys. They're not going anywhere. It's just WWE Mark's trying to do WWE Mark things. But yeah, man, I mean, AEW Rampage, under 500,000 viewers. I really don't see that as a problem. It's just people did not know when the show was going to be on. I really don't see a problem.
Yeah, they'll be okay. NBA All-Star Weekend's over with, so back to normal, hopefully.
They'll go back to 10 o'clock. Whether that really changes anything and due to the actual viewership and the actual rating of the show, that remains to be seen. But we'll see this upcoming Friday. But I'm going to tell you right now, I tuned in to AEW Rampage at that 7 o'clock hour. Man, was that freaking awesome. It was a different atmosphere. You can just feel it being different. And with all that, like just said, having AEW Rampage and then Friday Night SmackDown happen right after that, even though Friday Night SmackDown might not be the best show right now for WWE television, it still flowed pretty nicely. Plus, I actually started this podcast an hour earlier than usually when we had to.
It's gonna be nice
if that ever happens. So TK, listen, bro. We know we call myself PK over here on OTB, but this is legitimately a direct message to you. Please consider doing AEW Rampage at 7 o'clock every single week, because it won't only help us here on Outside the Brand, but man, it just felt like a better show at 7 p.m. because it just had a different type of atmosphere. So,
plus they probably lost out on a lot of that Western demographic too, Aaron, a little earlier. So that's the only issue with it.
That's right. Yeah, I mean,
because that would have been 4 other times. So that's the only issue with it. Yeah, is the time difference.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's something. It's something Tony has to really think about, because I mean, we've all really talked about this ad nauseum, that the 10 o'clock time slot for AEW Rampage is just not it. Like, because nobody wants to watch AEW Rampage or any type of professional wrestling right at the 10 o'clock hour. Usually you either want to go to bed.
Especially if SmackDown's not good. SmackDown's a drag. Oh boy. I mean, as much as Rampage can be good, you're already tired by that point.
Right. I mean, we had Jay White in the main event last week, and it didn't even pull over 500,000. I don't know how that's possible, but
just the time difference in ill inform. That's really crazy.
And the thing is, AEW did their part. They told us multiple times actually that AEW Rampage would be on at 7 o'clock.
So they told us they got to consider that. They got to consider coming to Michigan. AEW, what is you doing, bro? I'm just waiting.
The fact that they honestly haven't come to Michigan yet is insane.
Waiting.
Oh, this is their first AEW show in Connecticut. So they finally came to Connecticut after 2 years in the business. So actually, no, 3 years. They started in 2019.
I'll be waiting for them to make their go around this way.
But yeah, guys, that's it for your AEW and WWE news for this portion of the show. Let's get right in to NXT 2.0, as we had a pretty good show for you guys tonight, honestly. We had a great main event. We had some good tag team matches for that Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. We had that amazing debut by Nikita. And yeah, man, we're just going to get right into it. We start off with Bron Breakker. After his win over Santos Escobar at NXT Vengeance Day last week, he said that Escobar was a tough opponent, but he proved that nobody is going to take that NXT championship away from him. Breakker says that the next stop is NXT Stand and Deliver in Dallas, Texas, and he promises to walk out of WrestleMania weekend as the NXT champion. Breakker is then interrupted by the man who always wants to steal the show, Dolph Ziggler.
DZ.
He congratulates Bron for his first title defense. Then offers him some advice. You can't make promises you can't keep. Ziggler then tells Breakker that Stand and Deliver is a long time away, brother. And will he make it to Stand and Deliver as champion? Dolph doesn't think so. He says that tonight he'll stomp the last few breaths out of Ciampa, and then he decides that he'll go after the NXT Championship, and he will take it. Breakker says he owes Dolph Ziggler a receipt for the super kick last week, so why not bring his ass to the ring right now? Ziggler then laughs and says he's a bit of a hothead, which is in his genes. As we all know, he is the son of Rick Steiner, so you got that going on for him. Ziggler says he gets it. Breakker is the guy in Orlando. But the second he walked through the door, he became the biggest star in the building. Tonight, Breakker gets the night off. He thanks him. He says, well, you're welcome for that, by the way. And he can watch from the back because he is barred from ringside. Pretty good back and forth between these two. Bron Breakker, he's a good talker. Okay. There's some points in his mic skills where I feel like he kind of just jumps the gun a little bit. There's a time and place for everything when you're trying to do a promo here in this business.
That's true.
He also needs to stop talking so fast for me. I don't know if you get this from him if you saw this promo tonight, but to me he just talks a little bit too fast, and he needs to slow down a little bit in order to get his points across so that he can, articulate things more in a way for his character to really let things breathe. Did you notice that, or is that just kind of me nitpicking
I was following along with live tweets. I didn't see it, but that is something I've noticed with his promos, that his brain is moving rather quick and he's trying to process it. But if he slowed it down a bit, yeah, I mean, he could definitely get more methodical with his promos and definitely get a little bit more, I guess, stronger with them is the word I'm looking for.
Yeah. And trust me, he's obviously going to get...
Yeah, he's a good talker. Like, don't get me wrong, but
yeah,
it's just, this business is a lot of talking, and when you can do that right and know it to a T, that can be so huge.
Right. Exactly. And I don't feel like Bron Breakker is going to be the type of guy. Sorry, that's my dog. My sister just came home. But I don't think Bron Breakker is going to be like that type of guy to where he doesn't need to talk. Like those type of guys where it's like you just need to just not talk and just let your talking happen in the ring. He's not that type of guy. He can talk. It's just he needs to articulate things more and just slow things a bit down.
Feel the story out.
Right. So, Breakker, Ziggler, they were great tonight. Ziggler will meet Tommaso Ciampa in the main event for the number one contender spot for that NXT Championship. First matchup of the night, LA Knight takes on Grayson Waller with Sanga. Now, I don't know who the Sanga is. I really don't. He's dressed up in like almost a lawyer type kind of like attire in ways. I don't really know because, like I said, I haven't really been watching NXT all that much. And that's kind of why we transition tonight usually into Tuesday's talks where we just talk random wrestling. But apparently, after everything that LA Knight's been put through with Grayson Waller, Grayson was apparently trying to get LA Knight arrested. I don't know I don't know the reasonings behind it. He was just trying to get him arrested for something that apparently LA Knight did, and it obviously did not work. But tonight was for revenge, and LA Knight wanted a piece of Grayson Waller. And man, LA Knight needs to be on the goddamn main roster because he's that fucking ready already. And to me, I honestly think LA Knight should have been called up more than Ridge Holland.
Yeah.
And then maybe a shot, but that's just me.
No, definitely, because when Ridge got called up, even still with the stuff he's doing with Sheamus and them already being split, I believe, like it just is like LA Knight is a talent that I've been behind and can even get behind on the main roster if they use him right, because he can be a hell of a useful work.
LA Knight would be perfect in that Intercontinental or United States Championship type scene.
Yeah, literally.
He's perfect for that.
Like, I know that they just brought Finn back into that scene a little bit, but give some more established, credible names into that scene and build it to something that actually means something. I mean, obviously we see on my GMO they don't care about those secondary titles as much,
Oh,
but still, like let's bring some worth back to these titles and some care into them.
right. But this is a good match. Grayson Waller, he impresses the shit out of me. I don't know what it is about him. Maybe it's just that cocky prick like attitude that he has. But Grayson, he's fantastic in that ring. He's just an overall very good worker. And LA Knight, he's been doing this for years. I mean, I've even seen him when he was Eli Drake in TNA. And even at that point in time for his career, he's got it. He can talk, he can wrestle. I didn't really see the entire appeal of him when he first started here in NXT, but then all of a sudden, once we actually got to know him more and he actually brought out this character of LA Knight through the television screens, I'm like, this guy's a fucking star. He's got this. So this is a good match overall. Got a pretty good amount of time here on NXT, and the final sequence went like this: Knight lands some right hands and a back body drop. Knight then stomps Waller into the corner as the fans chant, yeah, when he did the whole dummy yeah thing in TNA. So they were chanting yeah. Knight then whips Waller onto the opposite side of the corner and catches him with a neckbreaker. Knight then looks for the BFT, but Sanga then grabs Waller's leg and prevents the move from happening. Waller then rolls up Knight and holds the tights to secure the pinfall victory, as Grayson Waller does pick up the win over LA Knight. I believe we're definitely going to see some type of rubber match happening at NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver. Excuse me, it's not TakeOver anymore. It's just NXT Stand and Deliver now. There's a reason why he grabbed the tights. There's a reason why he had to, do heel things and cheat to win.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, I think we're going to see this match again at Stand and Deliver.
Definitely wouldn't mind it. I like that NXT 2.0 kind of focuses and delivers more on these kind of side stories that don't really need to involve championships, and it's refreshing to see. I mean, they don't always deliver, and Vince's writing and who's ever at the helm now is not always as good with the penmanship as the Black and Gold era, but it's still refreshing to see.
Right. After the match, Knight then attacks Waller. Sanga then runs in and tries to hit him, but Knight avoids it and hits the big man with the BFT. Waller lays out Knight lays out Waller as well, excuse me, and then walks off and says that this is not over. So there you go. He's going to have something to do. They're going to have something to do with each other at NXT Stand and Deliver. So I'm really excited about that, because I think NXT Stand and Deliver could be the final, could be like that final hurrah for LA Knight. I think once everything is all said and done and the road to WrestleMania is over and we have that, Raw or SmackDown after WrestleMania, because those are some of the two biggest Raws and SmackDowns of the year. LA Knight has to show up on one of those. He's ready. He's just ready. He's ready for the main roster.
Yeah. And if it's not then it's like when, because he's been ready. So it's seemingly going to be never if it's not going to be
'Cause he
around
does
after
fit in that
Mania.
category of Vince McMahon saying if you're over 32 years old, you're too old for this company, and he is. So you either got to get him up here fast, or something bad's gonna happen. I would never want
Yeah.
that, but we'll definitely see. Uh, Dakota Kai is seen walking backstage, and she finds Wendy Chu sleeping on a production crate. So there you go. Um, Kai then is annoyed because Chu booked them as partners in the Dusty Classic. She asks why she didn't tell her, and Chu says that she told Kai's imaginary friend. Kai then says that she doesn't have a good track record with friends. Chu says she's never had a friend like her. Okay. I don't really get it
Yeah, I
at
don't
this
get
point.
that.
Dakota Kai is another person that's been here for freaking years. She's been here since like maybe 2013, 2014 in NXT. She needs to get called up. I'm sick and tired of seeing her in NXT. She's ready. There's no need for her in NXT right now.
Yeah, I think she's ready. I just, man, the lack of women they give love to in that main roster division, Joe, is very questioning and concerning when it comes to any call up. Even the only one I would feel comfortable with is Raquel, and I still don't even know if they would do her justice and do her
Right.
right.
Yeah. It's it's insane with this women's division and how things are going, uh we'll see down the road for sure. See you later, Josh.
Hi, John.
We'll talk to you. We'll talk to you very soon, my man. If you want to watch the rest of this podcast tomorrow, it's gonna be uploaded as soon as you wake up in the morning. So you're all good. You can watch the rest of the show, and we'll talk to you very soon, Josh. So don't worry.
Thanks for
Uh,
coming, man.
Toxic Attraction is sitting in the Toxic Lounge for an interview as they look over the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. They really didn't say much here. Pretty much everybody is too small for them, and they're going to dominate whoever wins the Dusty Classic. As the winner of that Dusty Classic will get a future NXT Women's Tag Team Championship opportunity. So I'm glad they actually have, an incentive to try to win this tournament,
Yeah.
because usually in tournaments in WWE, we really don't have that much of an incentive, or these tournaments just either are fairly too
Meaningless.
predictable or what have you. So there's the Toxic Lounge, JC Jane, Gigi Dolan, Mandy Rose. We're all just sitting there having a good time with Mackenzie Mitchell, watching over the Classic. Speaking of the Classic, we had the first quarterfinal matchup. There's only 8 teams in this tournament. So the first quarterfinal matchup is Kaylee Ray and Io Shirai taking on the team of Lash Legend and Amari Miller. This was pretty academic. Very short tag team match here. And just at the end of the day, we had a springboard moonsault and then tags in Shirai for her acai moonsault. And she picks up the win for her tag team. Kaylee Ray and Io Shirai go on to the semifinals. And they will either face the team of... Here, let me scroll to the other one. They'll either face the team of Nile, of Ivy Nile and Tatum Paxley, or Kacy Catanzaro and Kayden Carter.
Yeah,
So it was a pretty good match, but it was kind of academic, just a short tag team match to get these two into the semis.
Yeah, I like Io and Kaylee together. Whatever happened to God, what was her name? The blonde girl that Io was with. I think she got injured, right?
Oh,
Zoe
Zoe
Starks?
Stark. Zoe
Yeah,
Stark. She's still here. She's hanging around.
hang around.
I don't
Okay.
know why they kind of just split her apart like this, but over
I'm
the
all
last
for it.
couple of weeks, I just heard that Io's just kind of taken a liking to, the I don't give a fuck type of attitude from Kaylee Ray, and she's like, yeah, I like her more, and she kind of just keeps her distance from Zoe Stark. So I have no idea what's really going on with that, but we'll
Interesting.
see. Um, we had Dante Chen take on Duke Hudson. Now, Dante Chen was interviewed backstage before this match, and he said that Duke Hudson, he thinks he's a big shot. He tried to end Chen's career before it even got lifted off the ground. He talked a big game when he wasn't in NXT, but this week he is. Last week may have been Vengeance Day, but tonight he will get vengeance on Duke. Chen says that it will be hard for Hudson to sweep Persia Pirotta off her feet when he has no legs to stand on. This match is next. So that you don't even have to really worry about this whole Persia Pirotta Duke Hudson thing. They're trying to have some kind of love angle between them, considering we all know that Indy Hartwell and Dexter Loomis are married in storyline. That they're pretty much trying to do the same thing with Persia Pirotta and Duke Hudson.
Can't recreate or recapture, same energy twice.
Right.
Come on. Especially so soon. Like, it had been one thing, we saw a marriage angle in a while, and Index was something that worked pretty well. I enjoyed it, but this, I don't know. From the outside looking in, as not as viewing NXT 2.0 as much recently too in the last few weeks, it's like, come on, what are we doing here?
They're really not even really associating Indy and Dexter all that much now. I mean, anytime that Indy's with Persia, Dexter is always standing in the background, just being silent as he always is. But that's it. Like, there's really nothing going on. But Dante Chen did take on Duke Hudson. It was a good match. Nothing too special though, as Chen connects with a DDT for a 2 count. Chen then punches Hudson in the corner, but Duke slips out between his legs and sweeps his feet to drop him onto the top turnbuckle. Hudson then connects with a big boot and then a crucifix powerbomb for the win. And Duke Hudson picks up the win over Chen here tonight. After the match, Duke Hudson just does heel things and he attacks Chen as the referees and medical doctors pull him away. We come back from commercial break and Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams make their way to the ring. Hayes says that tonight is a celebration, but first he has to talk the talk. Last week he said that he would have the match of the night. He said that he would beat Cameron Grimes and steal the show. Trick then says he did all of that and more. He says that when he shoots, he don't miss. Nobody was talking about anyone but him last week. Anybody can get it whenever they want, wherever they want. Trick then says that it will soon be WrestleMania season, but Hayes has beaten everyone there is to beat. Pete Dunne then all of a sudden comes out, and he's pretty much issuing a challenge for Carmelo here tonight. To be fair, Hayes may be the A champion, but he doesn't think the best should sit on the sideline during WrestleMania season. Hayes then says that He can't make everyone famous. Dunn then says, "Listen, Hayes, you claim that that you never miss. So how about next week you prove it?" Hayes then says that Dunn wants all the smoke. He's got a letter because the A champion never backs down from a fight. Trick laughs and says Pete is about to get some the way Cameron Grimes got some last week. Suddenly, Grimes then attacks both Hayes and Williams, and then Grimes knocks both of them out of the ring and rips his jacket off as he is ready for a fight. It was confirmed after this match that we will be getting an NXT North American Championship match between Carmelo Hayes and Pete Dunne.
Ooh,
That's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That's going to be great.
That has potential right there.
Yeah, so Cameron Grimes, as he was ripping off his jacket and as he was ready for a fight, he actually did get to fight here on NXT 2.0 tonight as he took on Trick Williams. Now, usually, I think we all know really Carmelo's the star of this, formation here. Trick isn't really all that big of a wrestler. It's not that it was bad here tonight, trust me. He honestly did pretty well against Cameron Grimes. But, let's just be real. Carmelo Hayes, he's really the star of all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Trick wastes some time posing after a boot to the face to Cameron Grimes, allowing Grimes to hit him with a springboard sidewalk slam for a 2 count. Then Williams rolls outside the ring, and Grimes goes after him, but misses a knee from the apron. Grimes then gets Trick back inside the ring, hits a flying knee, followed by the cave-in for the win, as Cameron Grimes does pick up the win over Trick Williams. And yeah, Cameron Grimes picks up a win. I love this guy in Cameron Grimes. I don't know what it is about people that he just does not really resonate towards.
See, yeah, I don't know. Something about him doesn't resonate to me. I was about to say
really?
that. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Because I remember vividly when I first saw Trick. I remember Trick being introduced, and just something about Cameron though. Like I remember the first time I saw him, I'm like, because it was the same thing though with Drake Maverick. Actually, I felt the same like animosity towards Drake, but have grown to actually become very fond of Drake. So maybe it just needs some time to really learn more about him and what he can offer. But just something I don't know about. Maybe it's just his character. The way I don't know his style in comparison to others, but there's something about him. I don't know. Maybe it's a scrappy. I don't know, something about him though. We'll see in time though. I'm not gonna necessarily count him out, but I'll give him a chance in due time.
That's interesting because when I took a look at Cameron Grimes first off, when he first started showing up here in NXT, I really didn't get the appeal either. But then all of a sudden, as I got to watch him more and learn about him more, I even started watching some of his old stuff back when he was not even in the WWE umbrella. I took a look at his stuff over there, just really anywhere that I can find it. And I then slowly got used to his style and tried to figure out what he's about. And then all of a sudden, he had this character of him winning the lottery, and he is like $1 million. He's like $1 million man in himself. And then that's when obviously Ted DiBiase came into play. They had the whole $1 million championship.
And I think because I wanted LA that was something. Yeah, I think I just need to learn more about him and understand him a little bit more.
Yeah,
really is what it is.
When that whole thing happened with the $1 million championship, that was something to really kind of gravitate towards for me because I'm just going to be completely fair, and I don't really think. I think I can kind of speak for both of us, but hey, you can obviously jump in if this isn't really your prerogative. But I wasn't even really around professional wrestling when that whole $1 million championship was really in the prominence of its, run here in WWE. So when they
Yeah.
kind of brought it to NXT,
Yeah,
I was
not
like,
much until
okay,
Ted DiBiase Jr. was until
right.
he rarely, like, they didn't really treat it like it was anything, special. He kind of just wore it to the ring,
It wasn't recognized by
Yeah,
WWE as a legit championship. So,
yeah, exactly.
um, so when I saw them bring it to NXT, I'm like, all right, well, this is something I could kind of get behind. And if Ted is going to be a manager for LA or Cameron, this could honestly work great for both of them because they're obviously going to have a legend in Ted to not only fall back on, but he can help them along the way, whether that be promo or in ring psychology wise. So
Yeah.
it was a great thing. And then once everything kind of just snowballed out of it, Cameron Grimes has been holding this thing. He's been keeping the grind up, and he's really good, man. I mean, I'm not saying that that you should just give him a chance regardless, but take a look
I,
at some of
I,
this
I
stuff, man.
I think though what it is actually though is when I first saw him, I think I was behind LA Knight so much that it just kind of put a
That
turn on
okay.
against him. I think that's what it really was.
That honestly, I can't even really fault you for that because LA Knight is that good of a talent to where
Like,
you're
yeah,
just
literally, I'm a fan of LA and feel like he is absolutely main talent worthy. And so once I saw Cameron, I was like, Then I saw LA lose. I was like, whoa! And
yeah.
just gotta learn more about him. That's all it is.
Tommaso Ciampa is warming up backstage
TC.
as Braun Breaker approaches him. Breaker then wishes him good luck on his main event match against Dolph Ziggler. Ciampa says, "Listen, man, wait a second, come back here. You and I are 1-1, and I know there's going to be a rubber match somewhere down the line, but I need to know who is going to be the better man." Breaker says that he is looking forward to that rubber match. I've always liked the two matches between those guys. Ciampa is obviously the pulse of NXT, all the way from back in the days of Black and Gold. Obviously, we all know Braun Breaker is kind of like the spearhead of 2.0. I've always liked their matches, and if it led to a rubber match between the two, you're not going to see a complaint out of me.
I'm excited for it. If they do confirm it, that'll be something I'll watch because they have some great work, and TC being the guy that transitioned us from the black and gold, and now Braun being the guy that stepped up next. It's definitely been a good feud between them.
Yeah. Come back from commercial break, and we are in Chase University, Andre Chase, and he's educating his students about the term intestinal fortitude. Andre Chase says that Von Wagner, he's just a beast, doesn't have any intestinal fortitude, and when he gets in the ring with him, he's going to whoop his ass. Just simple. He's just doing a lecture in his classroom about intestinal fortitude, and he's just going to kick Von Wagner's ass. But with Von Wagner being on the side of, I believe his name is Robert Stone now in NXT. He's going. Yeah, I don't know about that, man. Von Wagner. We still don't know what the fuck a Von Wagner is. I don't
Not
know
one clue.
TB, but Von Wagner's a Hall of Famer, easily. just by the name alone.
Just to backtrack real quick. TC Tommaso Ciampa, you feel he's kind of like a guy similar to LA Knight, where he's just a little bit age wise out of what Vince desires, and
That's why he doesn't want to leave NXT.
okay, because I personally because I see a lot of comments when like he pops up on a dark match or two, and where people say he's main roster ready, and he could definitely elevate the hell out of IC or United States scene, but to where it's just does Vince want that? Is Vince want a guy his age coming up and making an impact? That's one thing I wanted to ask. So yeah,
the thing is also. Tommaso Ciampa said this in multiple interviews in the past that he wants to stay in NXT for as long as he possibly can, not just because of he's been here since almost the inception of NXT, but he said this too in interviews that he sees what's happened on the main roster to a ton of guys.
Oh yeah,
he doesn't want that. He doesn't want to be.
That's what I like to hear.
He doesn't want that to happen to him, so he wants to stay in NXT for as long as he possibly can. Now that Vince and Bruce are still technically running NXT over there, he's still kind of getting that. Still kind of he's seeing that treatment, but at the end of the day, they're treating Tommaso Ciampa as still like a star because he's been there since, like I said, the inception of Black and Gold. So he doesn't want it. He does not want that main roster up until the point where he almost kind of has to, but
until his ass gets kicked up.
Yeah, right. So there's something about it where he really doesn't want it, but if it happens, it happens, and he just kind of has to deal with it at that point. But I know for a fact that I would not even trust him on the main roster with him. I really wouldn't.
Him and Gargano were two I was very, very worried for. And
Gargano wanted to be NXT for life as well. He really wanted that. And obviously things kind of went a different direction. Now he's no longer in NXT. Congratulations to him and Candice, by the way. They had a beautiful baby over the past couple of days, I believe. But yeah, they obviously things went a little bit different over there, but we'll see where Johnny ends up next. But it's a very difficult situation, but we'll definitely see how things go for sure. I just know that I would not want it, mainly because I just don't want him stripped of everything that he's worked so hard for.
Yeah. Plus, they always seemingly take away what's best from somebody, like Keith Lee, like not using him with his ability, like Karrion Kross taking away his character and giving him something completely different. Like they would take the TC out of TC and put him into an element that just is not him. So yeah, I could see.
Before Bearcat, he was actually going to be managed by Adam Cole.
Yeah, that was.
They were gonna have Adam Cole shave his head, shave his, facial hair, and be managed and be the manager of
I didn't know they were gonna have him shave. That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a mess.
And Tommaso, then they were already even trying to change him up because when Tommaso had the grayness in his beard, or at least the salt and pepper look that he had. They made him dye his hair, dye his beard hair. And that's why you see him in the beard hair that he has now, that's like a dark, dark brown. They made him do that for those dark matches so that he can look younger. But I like that grizzled look about him.
Yeah,
that's what made him him.
He's not supposed to be looking young. He's a vet. I know he'll be debuting on a main roster, or outside of dark matches, but just because he'll be debuting to certain people doesn't mean he's not a professional in this business. Doesn't mean this is his first match.
the grizzled look about Tommaso Ciampa is what made Tommaso Ciampa him, especially throughout his entire rivalry with Johnny Gargano. That entire rivalry in itself made those guys, well, it made those guys older because obviously days go by, but like, you know what I mean? Like that, like almost that could almost take years off a guy for having that storied of a rivalry between two best friends and bitter enemies like that. Like that was something completely from Tommaso Ciampa I loved and respected. And now they have to change it up like that. That's, I didn't draw the line right there, but man, that when I heard that story come out that they made him dye his beard hair, I'm like, man, you know why? Why change something that's not broken? Speaking of somebody that I would never ever want to change, Ash, Nikita Lyons debuted tonight
God damn.
against Kayla Inlay. Now, I have no idea who this Kayla Inlay is, but whoever she is, she got fucking dominated. And
Yeah,
it
I don't
was
know
crazy.
either because this post, I'm looking at like a post and it don't even show Kayla.
Kayla Inlay was dominated tonight by the Lioness of NXT. Lyons delivers some knees to the gut and a right hook to drop Kayla. Inlay then eats some kicks to the legs and one straight to the chest. Then a forearm into the corner. Lyons encounters a German suplex and hits one of her own. Lyons then cannot stop shadow box. She just shadow boxes with Kayla, and she's showing that pure fighting style that she has learned on the road with her dad. And she shadow boxes with Kayla, and then she lands a spinning kick to the head, fucking devastating. It wasn't totally like a Trouble in Paradise type move, but man, did it look fucking devastating. Spinning head kick, and then she does a split into the pinfall. She you know when Naomi does like a split, a split like one-legged leg drop kind of thing onto her opponent. She does that exact same thing. And that's the pinfall victory. 1, 2, 3. Nikita Lyons, the Lioness of NXT, picks up the win. Oh no. looks like Bash had to get out of here for the night, but no worries. Have a good night, Bash, and we'll talk to you very, very soon. My Wi-Fi. Okay, Bash just texted me. Wi-Fi just went out for some reason. Give me a few minutes to see what's up. Okay. Um. But yeah, in any case, guys, man, this was a great, great, great debut for Nikita Lyons. I kept telling you guys in my preview video for Nikita, in the hype video I did for her, she is a fucking star. A star. There's something about Nikita Lyons that I don't know, man. She's just got it. She just has it. She has the look. She has that style. She's obviously got that in-ring work set. She is a jack of all trades, and she knows what she is doing there. She knows what she's doing. There's something about Nikita that gravitates towards me, and it's fantastic to see her progress and to see her shine here in her debut. Absolutely wonderful stuff from Nikita Lyons. 100%. We had this whole Duke Hudson and Persia Parada thing happen between them. They kissed and then things happened. But after we come from commercial break, the Creed brothers with Malcolm Bivens are celebrating their Dusty Tag Team Classic victory. Bivens says Imperium would like to believe that they are classic athletes, but they've never competed in the NCAA. He says that Imperium would like to pretend that they are fighters, but how often do they defend their championships? They say that Diamond Mine is the real deal, and Imperium is just a bunch of wiener-eating little bitches. Imperium come out with Walter and say that Diamond Mine cannot disrespect them like this. He says Bivens can talk as much as he wants, but the tag titles will remain with Barthel and Aichner. Imperium then gets in the ring, and the Creed brothers attack Fabian and Aichner. They continue to fight outside the ring, and Walter backs Bivens into a corner, looking to chop him. But Solo Sikoa comes out of nowhere and drops Walter with a super kick. We come back from commercial break, and Joe Gacy and Harland are being interviewed backstage as they are asked about the confrontation with Draco Anthony. Well, looks like he is back. What up, boy? Hey, I'm just gonna stop where I am now. I'm gonna go back to Nikita. Fucking Nikita. You're muted, bro.
Dog.
I'm dropping everything right now. I don't even care where I'm at on the show. I just actually got done talking about Nikita, so
I can't stay for long. I was thinking about it, and yeah, she did everything that I dreamed of. She's freaking awesome.
Nikita's fucking killed it tonight.
And they gave her like enough time. I was hoping it wasn't a squash match because it didn't get advertised like on the card. Yeah. They gave them like a good 10 minutes, and I was very happy with that.
I don't even really know who this Kayla Inlay is, but
yeah, I don't know who Kayla Inlay is.
But I mean, she didn't look all too bad either. I mean, she had at least got some offense. And the thing is, if you're going to see somebody like that as a debut, technically both of them were debuting, but in a sense, it was really more about Nikita. Nikita fucking rocked it tonight, and I told everybody here, she has the look. She's got those moves in the ring. There's something about her, and it's not just us because we're just big fucking fans of her. There's something that everybody can gravitate towards this woman for. That she had like those shadow boxing moments in the ring with Kayla, and the thing is, that's not even just her character. That's just her being her because she had to learn all that shit from her dad when she was traveling the roads.
Yeah, man.
So that's just something that add more to her character, and she did great. I'm so proud of her.
That was absolutely wonderful. Absolutely.
I heard you were marking out in your live, and I wanted to be there, but I was marking out on mine.
That was pure greatness. I wanted her to join the live after the match, but she didn't. But it was cool. I figured she won it, but
I even messaged her myself on Instagram
I was
to ask that too, but she didn't. And that's okay. Let her enjoy this moment. She deserves every single bit of it. Yeah, she's just great. We love her.
I tried to. I remember when I came to the group chat. And it was like 5-6 weeks ago, and I was watching 205 Live, and I was like, I don't know who that is. I don't know who in the world that is, but I like her. I remember that I went and told y'all. And this is like my hook, Phil. Remember when you were trying to get me to watch Hook, and I just didn't want to watch Hook.
Is this your hook?
This is my hook. This is my hook. I feel good. And now you're in love the way I am. So now we're just both in love, and it's great. That's just.
And she both
awesome.
acknowledged us in ways that we never even really thought that she could.
I'm still confused. She followed me. That's beyond me.
I'm never going to expect a follow from her, but I'm going to support her in every single way that I possibly can. I will do the videos. I will put them on my goddamn story. I am going to light this woman up like she is on fire every single time because that's what she fucking deserves. Like
she got it. She got it already. I think I was very surprised that the crowd was on board too, because they were on board fast, and I was like, oh, yeah. Okay, she's over.
Everything about that debut was great, and like you said, I'm glad it wasn't a squash match too, because I wanted to see what she got.
Yeah.
I wanted to see. I mean, trust me. Now, obviously, just from what I heard from you, I knew she can go to distance, but it wasn't a squash match, and that's what I loved about it the most. Because you can't really learn about anybody unless if it was not a squash match,
Mm-hmm.
So now I learned a lot more about her in the ring. I did take a look at a ton of her other stuff.
Yeah.
On 205 Live to see what she's about. So I'm all in. I'm all in. Like I am all in on fucking Hook. Like this is a WWE Hook. Now I don't. Now here's the thing. I love her this much already, but I don't. We need to see more of her. I say this with everybody that debuts. We can't hot shot her all the way right away. But
oh yeah, no.
Yeah, like you got like she's obviously got something here. And if the crowd was as red hot as they were to her already, they obviously see something too. So I'm happy about it. I really am.
She's doing a great job. She's exactly what I expected. And like the last time I saw her, she wasn't even that. She wasn't even like she didn't have that moves. Like she was using more. Last time I saw her, she was using more of like slams and stuff. Now she went like full striker mode, and I was like, yeah, that's it. That's what this has to be. And her and Jay Cargill with these pins, man, they make my heart stop. And, her and Jay Cargill with these pins, I can't do it.
That fucking spinning kick.
That was
nuts. She took her head off.
I didn't know she had that in her bag. That was crazy.
I thought she took her head off.
What is that?
I thought she took her fucking head off, and then all of a sudden she does the Naomi split into the pin. I'm like, dude, this fucking chick is fantastic.
God bless her. That was freaking awesome.
I honestly did not even fucking expect that the split into the pin. I did not.
I didn't know what she was doing until after she did it.
Yeah, like I was just kind of too mesmerized to see it. You should have legitimately seen me on live. I might legitimately get you know how you do your TikToks where you take it from your live and post it as a TikTok. I'm probably gonna do the exact same thing for my Nikita shit because I was fucking going hard for Nikita.
I already did it. I just didn't. I didn't post it yet. I gotta edit it first.
I'm probably gonna get it and then post it tomorrow first thing. But I'm just super proud of her, man.
She got it,
I
bro.
might
I
even
knew.
take a clip from this. I might even take clips from this and even post it because she needs to hear this.
She got it, bro. She got it. She really got it, bro.
How'd you think of the rest of the NXT episode tonight? I honestly thought it was a very, very good, well structured out show.
Yeah, the rest of the show was cool. The first hour, I was just waiting for her.
Yeah,
Once the second,
yeah, no,
once her
I'm
match
not
was
gonna
over,
lie.
I was like, I'm
The,
cool.
the first hour kind of dragged to me because I was honestly just kind of waiting for Nikita. But
Yeah.
at that time, I was like, all right, I have to get up. I have to make some food. And hopefully when I come back, Nikita's going to be on my television screen. And as soon as I came back from the kitchen, her video package played. And I'm like, oh, great. We're getting it. We're getting Nikita. so I was just, okay, this is great.
My freaking chat went from 17 to 50, and I'm like, what's happening? I come back to the phone, and I hear her. I was like, oh, shit, it's time. I'm freaking screaming.
I started off so fucking fast, dude. Like, as soon as I started the live, I was in the 70s. I was like, okay, well, Jesus, people legitimately want to see my reaction towards Nikita. And then once I got to Nikita, it got to sadly like in the teens for it. But hey, those teens got to hear me mark out for Nikita, and I'm fine with it. I don't know what it is about TikTok lives, but they either just have me go up really, really high, or I'm just watching it with like 4 people. I don't get it. I really don't.
They need to put more care into their lives. They had my freaking frame rate dropping and my Wi-Fi could drop. I was like, they need to take care of their lives more because God.
I was trying to talk to Jaybird earlier on in the show. You know Jaybird, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And every single I did a duo live and nothing was happening. Like his entire thing on his end was choppy as all hell. He was frozen, and it just was not going to work. And now I kind of obviously see why you would never want to do duo lives anymore because it just happens to you.
Yeah,
it just happened to me today with Jaybird, and I felt so bad because he wanted to talk about 2K22. He wanted to talk about Nikita. He wanted to talk about everything, and I just felt so bad because he could not get his words out whenever he tried to.
Yeah.
It just continued to keep skipping, and it obviously skipped towards the most important part of the questions. So I felt bad. But I told him to just, I sent the live back to him, and I said, listen, just talk to me in the chat because obviously it's just not going to work for us. But yeah, man, Nikita, it was great. The main event was even pretty good too. Dolph and Tommaso killed it. Bobby coming back to NXT, that was fucking
big Bob.
I kind of saw that happening though. Just it wasn't predictable, but just in the way it was kind of all shaping up to be.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think it was gonna be a goddamn cameraman angle, but it was cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Dolph Ziggler now gets that shot at the NXT title. Yeah. I don't know if it's happening at a takeover. It's not takeover, Phil. I keep calling them takeovers. I don't know if it's going to be happening at Stand and Deliver in 6 weeks or not, but we'll see. That NXT North American Championship match, though, that's going to be fucking sick.
God.
Pete Dunne versus Carmelo Hayes. Give it to me.
Oh, my goodness. That's going to be great. No, at this point, I'm really okay if Melo loses because that means we can send him to SmackDown or something and hopefully just don't ruin him.
LA Knight, please. Get on that main roster.
He needs to be on the main roster too. He's freaking awesome.
I talked about this with Bash when he was on the live here. LA Knight's a fucking guy that he's just already ready for this thing. I told him that LA Knight was way more ready now than Ridge Holland would have ever been.
Yeah, Ridge Holland's treading water, unfortunately. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know what that problem is, but
another person I want on the main roster, fucking Dakota Kai, please. I don't want her to be here with some woman named Chu who sleeps on production crates every
No,
single week.
Wendy Chu is good though. Wendy Chu can wrestle. Her gimmick is a little for me, but she can go. I'm not with the whole sleepy thing, but she can do it when she's not sleeping. She's not bad.
She does like a sleeping headbutt I saw
Yeah.
in one of her matches. I'm like, what the heck is this?
Give her a little bit of time. Hopefully they ditch the little sleepy thing, but she can go. She can go.
The first tag team classic match for the Dusty Cup, that was kind of academic.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I was actually just about to talk about the whole second matchup with Ivy Nile and Tatum Paxley. I don't know who this Tatum Paxley is, but she wasn't all that bad.
I was focused on Ivy. I freaking love Ivy now.
Yeah, Ivy Nile was great. And then obviously Kacy, Catanzaro, and Cam Carter. It was almost kind of academic here too, because I kind of had a feeling Kacy and Kayden were going to win this.
I love them too.
They were great. Kacy Catanzaro, whenever she's on that main roster, she needs to be like the Kofi Kingston of the Women's Rumble.
I feel that.
Very academic match though. Though here it was a neck breaker into a 450 splash for the win, which is pretty cool. And then we had that banger of a triple main event: Dolph Ziggler and Tommaso Ciampa. This is a great match. Ciampa lowers the knee pad and wants a knee, but Ziggler avoids it. Ciampa then sends Ziggler to the apron, knees him off of it, and Ciampa then pats himself on the back. That knee to where Ziggler just kind of got kneed off the fucking ring apron. I thought his face hit that platform that the announce table was on. I thought his face hit that. I'm like, bro, Ziggler, you're not trying to kill yourself on NXT, are you? But then when we came back from commercial break, this match got a ton of time, bro.
Yeah, I'm happy for it.
A ton of time. As Ciampa is getting into the ring, a cameraman attacks Ciampa. The referee did not see it. Ziggler capitalizes, hits a super kick for the win. It is then revealed to be the other member of the Dirty Dogs, Big Bob, Robert Roode. And as we all know, Roode is no stranger to this brand. They celebrate together in the ring. Both of them took the boost to Ciampa. And Braun Breaker rushes out, evens the odds, and says, listen, do you guys want to do a 2-on-1 attack? Well, how about you guys get yourselves back inside the ring right now as you two take on us two in a tag match tonight on the show. And as they were trying to separate them, people just could not do it. And they end with a brawl as the entire show goes off the air. Good episode of NXT, has structure. I might tune in to NXT 2.0 next week, considering everything going on. We got Bashes here again. What's up, Bashes?
Yo.
Oh wait, no, this isn't Bashes. This is
It's me. My freaking Wi-Fi is flipping out right now.
The crazy thing is, Bashes had that exact same picture. So
yeah.
So I was like, okay. But yeah, pretty good episode of NXT tonight. Had that structure. I want these episodes of NXT to have structure. If they have structures like this all throughout, I wouldn't mind doing these again. I wouldn't. I just
it
just happens. But good episode. Tomorrow, guys, I will be live in Bridgeport, Connecticut for AEW Dynamite. We will not be doing a live for AEW Dynamite that night, mainly because I'm going to be fucking tired as hell. I mean, let's just be real. I got a long day tomorrow as it is, before I even have to go to work, and then I have to leave early for work to even head over to Bridgeport. But we'll probably do a review on Thursday if everyone could be down. It's going to be a pretty big show, guys. I mean, we have a face-off between Eddie Kingston and Chris Jericho. We got that tag team battle royal to determine one of the two contenders for that Jurassic Express Tag Team Championship match at Revolution. Apparently, CM Punk and MJF are going to have something to do with each other as they kind of build their dog collar match to a point. We got Pentagon Jr. and Pac taking on the House of Black of Brody King and Malachi Black. Gonna be a good show, man. Gonna be a good show. I talked about a news story about AEW at the beginning of the show with Bash tonight, man.
Mm-hmm.
AEW Rampage did not do all that good in the ratings on Friday.
I saw that.
Under 500,000 viewers. But to be completely honest, I'm not even really all that upset about it. Because not a ton of people knew that AEW was going to be on at 7 p.m. It's not that big of a deal for me. I really don't see it as a big deal. But I do have to say, AEW Rampage at 7 o'clock, way better than 10 o'clock.
Yes, God. I actually looked at it and I was like, this feels better than 2 hours of a really bad SmackDown and then watch an hour of this. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. They should keep
Nobody's
it there.
gonna watch a Rampage after a Friday Night SmackDown at 10 o'clock, especially if Friday Night SmackDown is not the best.
Yeah, and I'm already irritated. Now I gotta watch this. No.
Right. Yeah. So TK, you honestly have a lot to think about. With it being at 7 o'clock instead of 10 o'clock. We all know the reasonings of why it had to be at 7 o'clock anyway, because of the NBA, All-Star Weekend kind of shit. But
yeah,
it's something to think about, because having it bleed right into SmackDown, like right after that, it just fit perfectly for me. The atmosphere felt a lot more different.
Yeah. It definitely should have been. That needs to be discussed over the next few weeks. Honestly, changing that.
Thing is, though, Jay White debuted in the main event, so how do we not get to 500,000 viewers is beyond me. I don't get it. Jay White was fucking fantastic in that main event against Ciampa and nothing. Oh, and Cody Rhodes changed his look up, by the way.
Wait, what?
Cody Rhodes apparently changed his look up.
Oh God.
So what it says here in this news article, it was actually on Cody Rhodes' Instagram story.
Uh-oh.
It says, quote, "I grew an amazing goatee. I thought it had an RDJ vibe. In parentheses, my wife disagreed. Now I don't know," with a laughing but crying face emoji. Robert Downey Jr. goatee-like vibe on Cody Rhodes' face, I don't know.
I don't know if I want to see that. I don't know if that's dashing. I don't know if that's dashing.
As long as it's not fucking Stardust with a goatee, which would make it even more creepy to me, I'll be fine with it. But yeah, listen, all I need to hear is, "Wow!
You really fucking me out! Wow!" Freaking awesome song. Bring that back now.
I don't know, the whole RDJ vibe. It's legitimately not a picture. It's just a black screen with wording. So that's all it is.
Oh God.
I don't know, but the thing is, until I see him on WWE TV, I'm not buying it just yet. Even if he was spotted in the Performance Center doing some vignettes for his return, you need to show me dashing Cody Rhodes on my TV first.
I don't know about that one.
But that's it. Other than that, Renee Paquette is torn between Roman Reigns and Bryan Danielson for Wrestler of the Year. That's honestly pretty valid statements. Bryan Danielson is my favorite fucking wrestler right now in AEW.
Yeah.
And Roman, he's Roman, so there's that. But that's it, guys. We'll see you on Thursday for AEW Dynamite's post-show review. Friday Night SmackDown, and AEW Rampage. If we have anything for news-wise during the weekend, I'll try to bring it to you guys, but it seems like almost every single fucking day there's something new about Cody, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you guys soon. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Don't forget the merch on bonfire.com. Outside the brand's exclusive home for the merch, and it's going to be a good time. We'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good night. Have anything else to say before we get out?
Y'all be safe, bro. We out of here.
All right, man. I'll talk to you guys very soon. Peace, love, spike your hair. I'll talk to you guys very soon. We the ones.